Speaking of beach weather, if you've got the itch to travel this spring, we've got a great option for you. There are sandy beaches, chances to strap on your hiking shoes or even swim with all types of sea creatures, all only a 5-hour flight from SFO. We're talking about Hawaii. Travel enthusiast Dana Redmond just visited the tropical islands a few weeks ago. She's joining us live to talk to us about your trip to Maui.
Lucky me, huh?
Lucky you.
Lucky me, yeah. Just back over there with a trip for the Hawaii Visitors and Conventions Bureau, and completely, fell in love all over again. Reminded of the things that I always liked from the previous trips I've been on. I found a lot of new cool stuff too.
Yeah, so you found all kinds of activities for the family, also some good deals as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right now we're kind of on the end of whale season. February for the purists that are going in search of those whales, that's what they're looking for. But they are still out there now, and they are still putting on one amazing show. They're out there, and everywhere you turn, it seems as though you see them, and they're jumping, and they're just absolutely amazing to watch. You just kind of stand there and go, wow, look at them. And their story is just kind of amazing. You go back 20 years, they were really in a lot of trouble. Their numbers were down below 1,000, according to some naturalists I talked to, and now you're looking at about 20,000, according to estimates. And apparently in February, they get so thick that they stand in front of the boat just to make sure they're not getting, closer than they need to be.
And so if you go now, you're still going to see plenty of whale activity.
Absolutely. The season pretty much runs through May, truth be told, but nobody's out there telling the whales necessarily you need to go. So obviously you're still going to see some. And some days are going to be better than others, obviously, but
right.
Chances are in your favor.
There are no guarantees.
There are no guarantees, but they are pretty amazing to watch. The spouts, you're looking for the spouts, those first sights, and those spouts, that water's going 300 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
I've seen them in the Monterey Coast. It really is fun to see them, yeah.
Absolutely fun to see them.
Beaches and snorkeling in Maui. I love snorkeling.
Beaches and snorkeling. If you're going to Hawaii, if you're going to Maui, chances are you're going to spend some time on the beach. You're going to spend some time in the water. A lot of famous beaches that people know of, Wailea down in the South Shore, and then you've got Ka'anapali. Ka'anapali, very famous. The resorts kind of stack up in that section, and obviously we know why, because the beaches are beautiful. You can go in, you can swim, not lifeguards, so play it smart, play it safe. But when you head down Ka'anapali, that northernmost section, there's an area referred to as Black Rock. One of the best things about it is the easiest snorkeling I think you can do. Throw your stuff, throw your towel, everything down on the beach, and you walk right in. And when you walk right in, what you're going to see is going to just be simply amazing.
What did you guys see?
Well, okay, so I had to convince my 13-year-old to take a camera in, because she's like, you know what, I don't know what it's going to look like. I may not like it. Well, in for less than 2 minutes, and probably half a dozen turtles, just surrounded by green sea turtles. They really don't mind you being in their way, and if they think you're in their way, they're going to kind of push you out of the way, is what it comes down to.
Is this your video?
This is my video.
Wow, look at that.
Look at this guy. He really could have cared less I was there, as long as I wasn't eating the seaweed, because that's all he was after, and his hunt was on.
And they're friendly. I've done this. I went scuba diving in Maui, and I got to see the sea turtles. You can't touch them because they're still protected, but if they touch you, it's different.
Absolutely. You need to be smart in the water. You don't want to be trying, you don't want to be trying to reach out and touch them.
That's tempting,
not
but you
idea.
can't.
It is incredibly tempting, but you don't want to do that. That's not what you should be doing. You're there to watch, and quite honestly, they're happy to let you watch. They really don't pay much attention to you, and if they're trying to get to a piece of seaweed and you're in the way, yeah, they're going to knock into you, and they often do.
What was your favorite activity?
Oh, favorite activity, There's a lot to do in Hawaii, so making choices are hard. Favorite activity was probably with a group called Hike Maui, and they set up the perfect day for you. Morning starts with some kayaking. You'll get on the kayaks, you'll be out there for a while. Just when you've kind of warmed up, you jump in off the kayaks, you do some snorkeling. You'll have some more time with turtles, you'll run into sea eels, you'll run into all sorts of coral reefs, that type of thing. Paddle back in, dry off, and then you head out and you hike some waterfalls, and go for those great swims that everybody envisions of, that perfect, Hawaiian experience.
And how much is that?
You know what, that one is going to run, it's a full day. Keep in mind, it'll include lunch. You'll start about 7 in the morning and go till about 3-ish. You figure about $175, but everything's included. They'll get you to all the places you need to go. So it's a great way to see all of those wonderful things about Hawaii that everybody thinks of.
And are there still pretty good deals?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Lots out there. You just got to look.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Dana, for joining us. So now you've got an idea for your next trip.
Absolutely.
It is spring break for a lot of folks, and we are back with more after this break.